You know, some people have taste and have Harley Davidsons, and some people don't. We won't mention any names, will we, Howard?
Hey, as long as the knees are to the breeze, man, that's important. Even if it's on the front porch sitting in the old in the chair, breeze.
Everybody hear what he said? No. Slim fast. One of our good friends, I was doing mat work one day, and I was holding him down. He said, I got 2 words for you, Bode. I said, what's that? He said, slim fast. Last 2 words that motherfucker talked for a little while. Trust me. He came to, he says, I don't think I'm going to say that again. Kyle, may I borrow Kyle? Kyle and I were talking. There's no distinction between judo, aikido, firearms. I was telling, and he carries a tactical knife. If I have a weapon on him somewhere and I'm not sushiing him, do what you do, Kyle. He'll have that knife out and me dead that quick. That makes sense? So I never, if I have a weapon on somebody, I'm never just have a weapon on them. I'm off balancing them. Does that make sense? I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm saying I'm going to go home at night and fuck the administrators because they're not out there with their ass on the line. Make sense? In your report, I covered the suspect. He gave up. Am I wrong? He complied. Are there any bruises on him? No. Or is he? I told these guys before. Stand that for a second, Kyle. Bend over. Kyle likes this. I actually had a guy in the office one time I was doing that too. I had a gun to his head and he wouldn't give up. So I stuck it right up here. Guess what happened? He went, okay. Now, he went home alive. I went home alive. Is that against policy and procedure? You bet it is. That hung me out to dry in DOC because they didn't like me anyway. But we have 2 people alive. Nobody's hurt. Nobody goes to the hospital. Everybody goes home. Does that make sense? Now, granted, had he not complied at that point in time, he'd have been tenor. Okay? Jim's story is just important for everybody that where's Jim? To understand. 2 .357 Magnums, big enough to kill any human being or animal alive, and the lady stands there and looks at him. 2 more, and she's still looking at him. You know, anybody know why the California bank robbery went so long years ago with the guys with fully automatic weapons? You see that tape? Everybody know what I'm talking about? Why did that go so long? Anybody know? Yeah. Well, I know you shut up. I know you know. You know. Shut up. Anybody? Armor and will to survive. Sir? Armor and will to survive. No. California didn't have the headshot. Oklahoma had the headshot. Legally, law enforcement officers couldn't take a headshot. So you respond like you what? Train. So they emptied all their magazines, all their revolvers, all their pistols. Guess what? Center mass. Right there. Guess what? If the first guy had done what we do in Oklahoma, bam, 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 to the first one, bam, 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 to the second one, that'd been over in 30 seconds. But leftist liberal bitches in California don't understand that shit. Oh, but that's mean and unusual. How many motherfuckers got shot and killed, innocent people, because they didn't have the balls to let somebody take a headshot? Guys, I don't want to kill anybody. I never, ever want to kill anybody. But by God, they'll go down for any of you while I'm around. You understand that? Because y'all are good people. You won't go down while Howard's around. He don't even know you yet. And I'll guarantee you, he'll be out there bleeding to death before he'll let you die. I promise you. Jason will do that. I know he will. Some of you others, Ron will do that. Kyle will do that. Some of you, I'm pretty sure you guys, I don't know you well enough to know, Jim will do that. He's already proven it. But you got to have that in mind. You got to have that in mind. You might have to take that next step. Guess what? If you're not willing to take that next step, you better take the gi off and go home. We tell people with that in firearms. People go out every day and buy firearms and aren't willing to take a life, and they get killed with them, and that guy then takes that weapon, kills half a dozen other people with them. You've got to be willing. I'm willing. Have I had the opportunity? Many, many times. Have I taken it? No, I have not. Never, ever have I hurt anybody. That's a testament to this program. And you're seeing I have a lot of control here, but I'm not hurting nobody. Actually, it's kind of does it feel kind of pleasant? I mean, it's not like it's
not crash bang.
It's not crash bang.
It's a delicate feeling.
Buddy Nesbitt. Daniel knows Buddy. Buddy and I talked all the time. Buddy's an old-time law enforcement officer. He's retired. He's the guy that won National Teacher of the Year in VOTEC law enforcement. We'd have bad guys call us all the time. Would you come and get me? I got a warrant. Guess what? They don't want to get the fuck beat out of them by a bunch of young kids. Swear to God. They don't want to go through a bunch of people bashing in their door and getting the shit kicked out of them. Now, do I go up there and go, hi, baby? No, I stand out in my car, engine block between me and them, my weapon out. Okay, do your turnaround, back up to me. Why'd you call me? Well, I didn't want to get hurt. Same thing. Have you ever had that happen to you, Chris?
Not like that.
But I developed that reputation. Buddy developed that reputation. There's George. George Spriggs.
Hey!
Bitch. George is the other guy I was telling you about that have surpassed me in teaching and technical ability from Lawton. Incredible instructor. Does all sorts of stuff. He's a hypnotist and all that. And so if you get a chance to work with him, please do. Not we're bright again, but you know. And I don't know if you've noticed, but he's gay. I was going to say black, but I know that doesn't bother you, so I just said gay. Okay. Next one. We ready for another one? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's important that people, I tell you what, Kyle he scares me. He's better with a firearm than I am, but I'm more scared of his knife than I am his gun. Okay. Now, can we do that with number 3? I'm just going to go through these real quick. We don't have to do them all. I have to change off here. Does that make sense? And this is really sweet. You can have a wrist lock and still have a wrist lock. You like that? So play with those. Just real gentle, real easy. And you'll notice, again, I'm always control. You want to try them?
No, I want you to do it to me again.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Now notice where I am. Let's get on this line, bud.
Yes, sir.
Getting on this line. Look where I am in relation to this line here. It don't look like nobody think I'm ever moving. I'm moving all the time, especially away from this muzzle. Remember the hip right here? Watch him. He's going to touch that right there and be controlled all the way down. Oh, there happens to be a arm bar too. Should I want one? There's more an arm bar in all of them. Try it. Beautiful. No control. I'm kind of laying here. Remember I said I don't fall for people unless they control me? You've lost the initiative. You've lost the initiative. That's critical, guys. Once you get the initiative, keep go. You're fine. Wait. Just pass it off. Hand it like football.
Okay.
Now stop right there. Look what you got right there. Is that a wrist lock? Okay. Beautiful. Nice. At no point in time did I have any opportunity to get that space. Did you feel it on that end? So try those two. Number 3 and number 4 releases. And guess what? Then we go to Gaidinate, then Ushirate, and then Oshitaoshi, Udagashi, Hikitoshi, Udehinari, Wakigatomi. You want to see them? Huh? Please? Oh, I'm sorry. You're up. You're here. Oh, damn.
Gee, thanks.
Now, okay, we'll start out with number 1. Does that not fit pretty good? Got the same thing. Again, I'm not throwing him over yonder. I'm doing a spinal lock right there. Feel it? I'm doing a spinal lock right here. You like that, guys? Which one? Which technique we on? Oshitoshi? Damn, that was fast, wasn't it? I wonder why. Oh, he must have fallen for me. Don't fall down for me, Jason. You didn't, did you? Why did that go so fast? From back here, and I'm not, again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this isn't extremely valid and valuable, but you're pushing that way. When you're here, you're pushing where? Up, and it goes right down, doesn't it? Is that pretty fast there, Jason? Have trouble with arm bars, don't you, in law enforcement? Everyone I've ever run to never could do it on the street until they came and worked with me. I wonder why that didn't work.
Number 6, Oshitoshi.
Uh-huh. You're fine. Woo! Now wait. Wait. What did he just do? He stepped back and gave me what? Space. Oh, nice. Next one, Udagashi. Same thing here. Oh. Pretty quick, isn't it? Oshitaoshi? Is that Oshitaoshi next? Work with me. Hikitoshi. That's what I just did. Okay. Hikitoshi. Well, here I'm going to have to simply change the hand. See that? Now, everybody thinks that this is the pulling away. I'm pushing in on him. Everybody see that? It's not as much about elbow control. I've got good elbow control, but I've got body control here. Try from this angle. Notice I'm always going into him. Feel you rocking? Hikitoshi now. This is the one people really like. Oh, shit. Huh? That wasn't my microphone, bud.
Pretty small.
Oh, I guess that was the microphone then. If you notice in the old Taminki films, everybody, they see me do this. They go, well, you're not doing the flash of the face. Well, I go, I know it. But if you watch the old Taminki films, the ones that I've seen, he went right there. Now, the reason I changed, because I go in to do a cell extraction, I go, and this guy is punching me in the face. And I go, I don't like that. I think I need to change this scenario. So I simply stepped in and changed. That makes sense? Now, what do we have? Well, we've had sushi, right? Now watch the next sushi. See it? Everybody see that? If you don't, tell me. Did you feel it?
Yes.
Sushi. And away we go. Now, we're not going to let him roll. We're going to go to a cuffing position. See that? And I can't emphasize enough, guys, this is only an option. I'm not saying you can't roll the guy out there. I'm saying I am more comfortable because I know if I roll Kyle out there, he's going to come up with that knife. And I don't want to do my laundry for the next week because it's going to be full of stuff. Not that it's not already. Thank you for that thought, Howie. Now, what we got next? I just did that. Cut that in there. Oh, okay. I just turn loose of his grip. And I'm always driving in toward the shoulder. Arm bar, wrist locks. You okay?
That was good. That was real good.
I kind of thought it was. It's just my opinion that it was. Is it effective?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah. I mean,
It's there.
yeah, the whole time.
The whole time. The whole time. Guys, if you got a perfect technique except for this, guess what you've got? Somebody's going to get out of it. If you got a perfect technique and miss this, somebody's going to get out of it. You got 40 exits between here and South Oklahoma City. If you don't get on the right exit, you guess what? You're on the wrong exit. You got to have control throughout from before beginning till before end. I take control the minute I walk into a room with somebody. Bad guys. Plain and simple. I'm going to take that initiative and keep the initiative. So far, let's have the little caveat. So far, it's worked. It's worked in football. It's worked in basketball. It's worked in baseball. If you take the initiative and keep it, guess what? You got it. Knives, if you lose that initiative, guess what? You're in trouble. But if you'll simply keep that initiative and not let that window of opportunity open, your chances of survival go up. Again, I'm not going to promise you survival. I'm going to promise you that your percentage will go up. That feel good? Okay? And which one next? Kotegash. I'm not a kata guy. Boom. Not going to throw you over. I'm going to keep you right here. And never turn loose of it. Have I got more control here than I have on the ground? Does that make sense? Yeah, now, on these ground techniques, we were discussing this a while ago. What happens if this hand comes loose right here? We're slick and it's just wetter than hell. What's our term? Lateral vascular restraint technique. It's right there. Why go some? Why fight for this? I got to get this back. Hell, leave the hand alone. Or you can do the spinal lock. Or you can do the spinal lock and the lateral vascular. You having fun? I am having a blast. Tankai kote na Harry? Same thing here. You notice I'm controlling. At what point did I lose the initiative? Got a wrist lock there, don't we?
Oh yeah, the shoulder is really tight.
Now, you ever feel like it's going to get ripped out? Or you just feel like it's controlled?
Well, I feel like you have the choice.
Ah! Point being, nobody's ever hurt. Nobody's ever injured. If you have control, the injury comes when you lose control and try to get it back. But if you keep the control of the initiative, what I'm saying, Shihanage, we got to change releases on this one. Shihanage. So we just drop him right here. Why do I have to throw him out there where I don't? Stand up. Anybody see a Kotegaeshi here?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Kotegaeshi go? He can go this way. So guess what? If I put a little pressure here, I just take him right back down to here. Does that make sense? I'm not saying you can't throw him out there. What I'm saying, how about for a second, Jason? What I'm going to do, Matoshi. If I throw him out there, now we're 50-50 again. The biggest part of the battle is getting the flank, getting to the rear. Because guess what? They know what's coming once you get there too. Armies train against that. They train a lot against that because they don't want to be there themselves. You like that? Shihanage. Oh, I got that Kotegaeshi again. But the spinal lock. I'm thinking of this in terms. Did you see the spinal lock there? Going in terms of spinal lock instead of anything else. And you're going to really like this one. Stressing. Right there. Work? Yes. Sushi first. Is he pretty sushied? Everybody see that? Huh? Oh, that's right. So guess what? We've got some torque here. I just untorque that and go. Which is what? Body rise. Did you see him rise? And he come back down. What I didn't allow was that window of opportunity between the rise and the fall to stagnate very long. Did you feel that, Jason? Okay, I'm doing it slow. See the pressure on him? Pressure on him right there is lifting him. Yeah. How else can you rise him? Good question. Did you feel it?
Yeah, you're. He's also the hand when when he switches, he's just not bringing it across. It's pushing into my body and not balancing my center
into that,
all the way through the switch.
I thought I was doing that on all of them.
Well, maybe so.
Give me the other hand.
Hang on.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, sir. When you got the enemy surrounded, you always give them an out. Well, guess what? That's the whole purpose of law enforcement. You know, even the bad guy, I'm not going to break that arm off. I'm going to give him that out. Sir, I need you to get your arm out. Oh, I don't think so, Crank. I need you to get your arm out. Crank. Now, he can either take the out that he's given, or guess what? He's somebody that's getting in danger of my life. Does that make sense? That was number 1 and number 4 release. We can do all those with number 2 and number 3 release, which is what you call rondori. So, I never depend on somebody holding on to me or even grabbing me. I don't care whether they grab me or not. Sometimes I don't want them to. I want to see what happens. Expose yourself to failure in here where it's safe and you're not going to get hurt. Work through the problems and the issues and the concerns. And then when it happens out there, they're already worked through. Does that make sense? Any questions? Did you like that? Did it work pretty good? Oh, yeah. It's real quick and to the point. Now, are you bashed? Are you hurting? Did it? No, it's real short, but guys don't get hurt either. It's a control issue. Sir?
I noticed that it seems that you're keeping your hips pretty lined with his hips and your mask pretty tight to his mask as much as you can most of the time. And that's part of that's part of the sushi effect.
It's a lot. It's the kazushi. It's the stand up for Jason. It don't hurt me, but if I'm this far apart, punch me easily. You don't think he can't punch me real hard, real here, or hurt me here? But if I'll close this, now punch me real hard, as hard as you can. I mean, real hard. Does that make sense? I'm protecting myself. What did I tell you about the cattle? If the whole no I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. My wife's heard that song before. No, just right there. If you get that calf, Daniel's worked cattle. He knows. You put that leg right there, and he can kick all day long. And guess what? He's going to kick with that leg. He's going to shove you. I'm not saying he can't shove you, but what I can't take, now don't hurt me, is him kicking from right there. You don't think he can't snap that leg clear in half or quarters or sixteenths or whatever he wants to, as many times as he wants to, because I don't have any control. What's effective range of a punch? That far? What's effective range of a kick? He's a world-class competitor in karate. If I can get inside or outside his punch and kick just that far, I'm not saying I'm not going to get hit and kicked. I'm going to. But what I'm going to say is I can take that all day long, whereas just one of his punches or kicks will knock any of us down from his distance. In firearms, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, guys. Your job is to come home every night. I tell law enforcement that all. Your only primary job is to go home to your family, period. Period, 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 period. Whether you have a job or not. You can get another job. Go home to your family. You know, I don't care how many colonels and captains and lieutenants are out there wanting something else. Guess what? It's not their ass on the line. It's yours. And I have a choice over that. And I'm going to do it. If it's my ass, it's going to be my way. That makes sense? Now, how do you like the system that we do, George?
I just had a question for you.
Sir.
Would you show them the hips as a tendon? Remember how I told you I would control big guys like Dexter Manley back in the day with the hip?
Yeah. George did this in football.
Dexter Manley.
He played against him.
Used to move him around all the time. I was too small to be a pro baller, but moved him anywhere I wanted. Now he's a big guy. He's going to stand up. But this thing that you're talking about, this is my tendon. I've set him up for a throw. I've set him up to slide off. I can move a bit down because I'm short. My center of gravity is lower. Jack would kill us. He could do this all day. So, in all the techniques, you pointed it out well. I am leading with my hip. He's got to turn, and I will stand on his foot. I will put my knee into his knee. But this...
Hold on. That rotator cuff's torn a little bit.
Oh, that one. But this is key. And if you look at your best judo players, the ones they say that are immovable, they're standing up. But they're sliding the guy back. Now he's standing over me. All I have to do is squat. So keep in mind, attending. Strikes. Use that hip. You can do it with no hands. We saw someone. I think we had something on no hands. Okay. He comes. So that just kind of came to mind when you talked about those hips. That's why. He's actually striking as well.
Thank you, sir.
And it hurts.
Try it. Get out here and just go through the releases and go through your techniques. Sir.
Before you get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the evolution where that all came from, the first time I learned it.
Okay.
In the beginning of Tomiki Aikido, we kept basically two-arm distance, and maintained joint locks and things like that. And then as it started going into tactical, you are control of your body, you're one with no space in between you. My oldest son, he's a judo player. He was a little kid. We had a cow that went down in the mud, and my grandpa was out there trying to horse it up with a come along, you know, in a big A-frame, and so we were out there helping him. And so Jeremy, I slid the chain underneath this cow, and Jeremy went to the other side to get the chain, and when he reached down, that cow took his head, it went like that, popped him up in the air, threw him up against the barn door, and hit the ground. I thought he was dead. And that's how powerful that little distance can be. And the first time I learned this, we were working a sword collar. That's why it's important. If you haven't learned the walking, the releases, the falls and rolls, done through the 17, no matter what martial arts you know, I beg you to do it. Get in a martial arts school and learn those things, because they put everything together you already know. Because most of us learn little fragments of this and that. Those three things by Tomiki, Kano, Ushiba, Miyake, the greatest martial artists in the world, put these katas together for a reason. Because this is the finality of it. Okay, so we were working the sword cut. You see, these things that JW's showing, prerequisite, as far as I'm concerned, for JW is you need to know the walk release is for over 17. And he assumes you already know that. So if you don't, get that somewhere. It'll be next videos or whatever. So the other thing was, and we were doing a sword thing, and JW was hanging out with us, you know. And Robert Steele and I were doing a sword kata. And you come in and take that sword, you know, and you come in here. Well, that's when JW said, okay. He changed the idea of the entry into a sword deal. I kept saying, well, I don't know about that. You know, I'd come across here, and of course, once again, it's quicker. Come in here, and come in, boom, and then I would switch right there. See what I'm saying? I'd come in, and then I would switch, which is going a forward movement. What Jay did, he came in here, he never switched the foot. Used the body weight through the arm, control the head. Once again, if you can control the head, you can control the body. So anytime that Jay's shown, when you go down to the mat, and you've got this weapon, whatever it is, and you're down in this position, always know that when all else fails, drop that knee to the head. Control that head. You're controlling the head, you control the whole body. Same thing when we're standing, we get in trouble with Ron Dory. All else fails, get that hand in the face. Quickest way to get it there. So what JW basically said, this is my enlightenment of when this all changed, was at that moment for me. And I think the whole system changed that. That's why I come in the other night, I said, you know, we used to do Aikido a certain way, and we found it didn't work. So we changed it. And obviously, you see the results of that. And so my enlightenment came when he said, with the sword. Things you gotta know about a sword. Either you're in or you're out. Anywhere in between will get you killed.
No man's land.
Yep.
If you talk about World War I, the trench wars, you have a ditch of people over here and a ditch of people over here. The deadly spot wasn't over here where you're hand-to-hand with these guys. It's this area where the mines and the artillery and the machine gun fire and the rifles and the snipers, and here you're only fighting one or two guys. Here you're fighting a whole army. So you gotta either be in tight or out. You know, what do you do with artillery? Okay. Every artillery officer knows what the other enemy's artillery's range is. If it's 18 miles, guess what? They go out 19. No biggie. It's not rocket science. You know, if you've got an airplane that has 600-mile range, you go out 700 miles. Okay, grab your partner. Work through some of this. Slow. Now you notice, has anybody seen me do anything other than the first 3 movements of the walking? Hell, we haven't even got just through the first 3 movements of walking yet. Hell, we're halfway through the second day. Shit. Damn. Huh? But I haven't ever got a speeding ticket since '72, honey. When was your last one? I'll pay for that one here shortly. Grab your partner. Grab a partner.